Greetings once more. Well, seems like our pirates have themselves in an interesting sort of predicament. Certainly, diplomacy is not necessarily their strong suit, but they're doing a decent job. What will this all mean, though? The Shackles is at an impasse. This part of the story is a turning point in a history of a region. Perhaps you know of it. Perhaps you don't. Maybe my tale will educate you a little bit. Change is coming. The old ways are going. The advent of a Cheliax invasion. The end of a regime. Things will come. But you wish to know what's going to happen. Well, sit yourself down. Grab another drink. It's time for me tales to continue. There we go. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Hello.
That transition is never good because I got to reach up and turn the light back on. I like a remote switch, but it's my overhead light, so it doesn't really...
Remote switches are kind of like annoying.
You know what's a good workaround? You can buy like LED light strips for like wicked cheap at the store that have remotes.
Yeah, but that's after.
Or just buy a smart bulb and you can use the app.
Count them, 2 sockets in my room.
Nice.
One of them is taken up by things for the computer.
Just get more sockets because it's that easy.
I would have to pay for installation.
Just go to the socket store.
Or steal some from another room in the house. Like have an extension cord down the hall.
Go with the rich person solution and just hire a boy that you...
Yeah.
Boy, the light.
No. Boy, create electricity for me. Run in your wheel.
There is a child in your home.
Oh,
you
very
can't
good,
exploit
sir.
for what labor, you know.
Very good, sir. I shall make you some electricity.
She's reached the age that I don't think she's going to do that kind
It
of
might
thing.
be a little rowdy and might unionize though.
Oh, if they start unionizing, that's when you send in the Pinkertons.
Well,
No, that's only for if they have magic.
No
cards.
way,
They're
dude.
not really
Yeah.
The way that our country's going, they're not going to unionize. They're going to make him work even younger.
Man, just pay attention to the UFO news. Nothing else.
They're just going to look up at you and go, "Can I have some more?"
Just pay attention to the UAP news.
And I'm like, quit quoting that book. Just get back to work.
Who brought this one to read?
Anyway,
Who's-
they
yeah,
had
supposed to punch a
started.
woman.
We have started.
We have landed in Violon
Yes.
and we're going to negotiate with a
Yeah.
anarchist barbarian woman who hates civilization. The
Mhm.
negotiator.
Misty wants nothing to do with this.
Misty will likely stay on the boat, and the negotiator will be Yaalkol.
Yeah,
As we
Yaalkol's
plan
like a-
on
Yaalkol's
Revia
like a
plans on-
woman.
hosting a fight club once again to win
Oh.
over favor.
Yaalkol's gonna get his fucking
Come back!
Yaalkol's gonna get his fucking spine
Yaalkol
ripped out,
to
dude.
do it.
If anyone can do it, it's Yaalkol.
No, I feel like he's gonna get his spine ripped out.
We already arrived at the port. Have you told Yaalkol about this being your plan?
Oh yeah, I like we're
It'd be way
me
funny
and
if you
you,
didn't, though.
like a couple hours as we could see Violock and we're going in. Like, Yaalkol, did I ever tell you my plan?
No, but I generally just kind of follow. So,
Oh, don't worry. This time you're leading, my friend.
You're the captain. You shouldn't be just
Okay.
following.
already a
Remember?
problem. But
Remember how we made Cog our friend?
yeah, you mean like when I
You ready?
fought
You
him?
ready for round 3? Because you did with Albert.
I gotta be honest, that always takes a turn at some point, and we got really lucky that it never took a turn against us early on. I feel like
Hey.
we're really rolling the dice on this
They
one.
always say third time's the charm.
I feel like this is
But
a
that's
terrible
usually when
plan.
the first. That's usually when the first 2 times aren't good.
Yeah, but they succeeded, so it must be even better.
I don't know if that's how probability works.
Well, listen, probability decides that this event isn't affected by the previous event's probabilities. So if we say it's a 50-50, it was a 50-50 all along, and it's a 50-50 now.
Can we at least try the talkie thing first?
Oh yeah, we can try that. I just don't think it'll work.
You know what?
I kind of agree with you.
This is literally the definition of hard knock politics. All right, like you
what
gotta
I've-
go bust some heads, Do it.
From what I've heard of this woman, she's a ruthless barbarian, and there's no point talking. So you might as well just lead with the punch if you're going to indeed talk.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna run it into immediately to like a contest of strength to win her over.
Well, you have fun with that. I want nothing to do with your weapon.
I will. I mean, Yaalkol will too, but like after we get started.
I have other things I must attend to.
So, as a refresher about Violock, though, it is probably in as lawless places go in the Shackles, it's probably on the top 10, if not the top 5 places. It's a small town, so there's not a lot of people here, but it's known for its gory brawls, lurking cutproses, and casual murder throughout town. Also, well known that if you want any kind of poison or alchemical substance that is outlawed in most of the Inner Sea region by, like, the majority of the countries, even the evil ones, you can probably buy here.
Well, to be fair, evil countries probably outlaw poison so citizens don't get it to like assassins.
Get your double face mountain poison over here.
It melts the face of the person that drinks it, melts it while they're still alive. Don't worry about it. It's only mostly horrible.
Like any acid would just do that for cheaper.
No, dude, this is the kind that like will make you vomit your own entrails.
Yeah.
Acid isn't as strong as this poison, okay?
Well, I mean,
This
It
one
comes from a wyvern's tail.
make some bleach, and I feel like it'll do the same thing.
What's bleach?
The town is known for many overlords over it, as that's who controls it. But Nisa Gibble is the one that's currently in charge, and she's managed to hold the control over it for fairly long, much longer than any of her previous predecessors. Her supposed unpredictable nature is probably one of the main reasons it's believed that she's been able to do this. You know, she could, walk up and punch you, or, like, honestly, give you a hug. You don't know what kind of thing she's gonna go. But rumor is the safest approach for her is just to lead with a punch. Sometimes she'll fight you for it. Other times she'll be like, that's a good punch. You don't know which one you're giving. Anyway.
Give me a couple seconds. I'm thinking about it really, really hard.
Momo, did you want to do, or Misty, I should say, do you want to do your thing?
Yeah, Misty would, when the party leaves the boat, Misty would go to her workshop and re-summon the
Okay. While they're doing that, I'll kind of, that's right, I freaking have to have this also not quite full screen. I hate that. I have to fix that. One of these days I'll fix it. Alright. So, the Celestial that you met before, the, Leland, will kind of, show up again and be like, excellent. I've contacted who can assist you. Allow me to bring them forth, and they can, walk you along the path that you wish. She'll kind of hold out an arm, and, like, another summoning of bright light will occur. And a, what?
Eric's computer's acting up.
Okay.
So they're going to restart and try to redo it.
Okay. That's good then. This was a good time to do yours.
Yeah. I'm planning. I got this.
Yeah. This, green-skinned woman will kind of pop out. She just kind of, like, looks very blasé about the entire thing of being summoned, and will kind of just, like, with a deep go, hello.
Do I know what this is?
Yeah, probably. Do you have knowledge planes?
No. I have religion. I don't have plane.
Then probably you don't know what she is, honestly.
Yeah, I don't have... My plane's untrained, so I really should never...
Yeah.
No, if you were back on the island, you can just ask my doppelganger.
No, your doppelganger's a tiny freak, and I don't want to talk to him.
Okay, first of all, he's medium-sized, okay?
And a scorpion.
No, I have a simulacrum in my lab.
Oh, you have a...
Misty will.
Oh, shit.
Hello.
Other than the green skin, she looks very much so, a lot like, physically, like a kind of, incredibly, beautiful elf. She's got blonde hair, kind of brownish blonde hair. This emerald green skin is the thing that kind of stands out the most on her. And she's got very simple outfit on, too, for Celestial. Like, even your Lelen friend has some, like, armor and stuff on. She's not wearing any kind of thing that seems noticeable.
Okay.
She's kind of got, like, simple robes on. As she kind of, like, yawns again.
Nice to meet you.
Sure, likewise. Oh, yeah, hi, I'm, Ariels.
Hello.
Ariels.
Harry Ellis.
I can help you with dream-related things.
Yes, I do request assistance with that, yes. Well, I'm sure you already are aware.
Yeah, I was informed. Look, I can help you find your way into the Dreamlands for sure, in a conscious way, and connect up with someone. But you'll still be directly in the Dreamlands, so you'll have to be careful. The dreamscape will only be as much as connects the two of you. You will be... They'll be dreaming, but you'll be both dreaming and there, if that makes sense. To send you into someone else's dreamscape.
I'll be as careful as I can be.
Well, yeah, it's going to be dangerous for you. Kind of like, something happens to you in the dream, it happens to you in the real world kind of thing.
I certainly take care.
Oh, good. Okay.
It wouldn't be the strangest place I've traveled. Thinks back to the literal hell dimension that we were fucking tortured in for a session.
Look, when you go there, the dreamscape will alter, their dreamscape will alter as accordance to your presence. You will be sensed. You will have to find them. And only then maybe be confront them and have them recognize what it is.
I see.
That's the best I can do.
That just helps.
Alright. Sleepy time. She's gonna kind of like walk over to you, and then just like kind of like take a look at you and go like, sure, we'll just do this. And kind of just like poke you on the nose as you kind of fall back.
Oh, nice.
And you kind of, rather than hitting the ground, it's that kind of thing where you almost like fall through the floor.
Oh, shit.
And like kind of plummet as like you're falling through, like, it's not darkness. It's like almost like swirling velvet, except it's liquid.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Oh yeah. As you're kind of like, it feels like you've got this resistance, almost as if you're plummeting through water, but it doesn't feel like water, and you're still able to breathe. And it's just like these kind of blues, purples, kind of like darker colors still, but not quite blackness, will kind of swirl around you. And then you'll kind of find yourself kind of falling out with unfortunately a very like just like onto like this solid surface, and it's not like a bad like a huge fall, but you still like fell like
definitely
a
something that would hurt a almost 40-year-old person's
just like
spine.
Oof.
Oh, I'm not young anymore. I need to stop doing this. I will get up.
As you kind of get up, this like weird little like ball of light will kind of float over to you and be like, "Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi, I'm speaking to you through this orb of light. Not the mouse. Ignore the mouse." As you say that, you look around. There's like 3 mice over to the side. One of them waves at you.
I give like that half wave and turn back to the orb.
Okay. We've reached the first phase of the plan now.
Right.
Alright. Okay. Now, in order to go where you need to follow me through the enchanted forest.
Okay.
The core of the Dreamlands. With me as your guide, we should be able to get there very fast. Oh, sorry. Relatively speaking, it's my purview. Once we're there, we'll be able to find the roots of the dreams of who you seek, and you'll be able to enter their dreams.
Okay.
Be warned, don't walk away from me. At this point, you could wander into anybody's dreams. Like over there, that's dreams of a jester somewhere in TNZ.
Fascinating. Oh, I don't really have interest in that.
And I think that's a peasant boy in the capital of Taldor.
I'll do my best to follow the orb of light.
I want to go to the peasant boy's dreams. I think he's going to be some kind of mass, well, it's not pleasant over there.
That's unfortunate.
Feel like he might lead an army, or wishes to. Go on some kind of crusade for old Taldor. The dreams can show you much of what people wish. Granted, dreams can be seen in both good and evil for even the most righteous. So you can't judge anything by them. And do please keep away from the mice. They'll follow.
Okay.
There are now about half a dozen mice following you.
Misty now self-conscious of what people traveling here see in her dreams.
Mm-hmm.
We'll follow the orb woman.
Mm-hmm. She'll kind of lead you through an area that's really weird, because it's like you're almost on this path of, like, light that you're being drawn on, but it doesn't feel like... It feels like the path comes into existence as you move on it, almost. So you could really move in any direction, and the path just kind of follows you. And swirling around you are, like, almost different, strange, partial scenes of places. Like, you'll see, like, a bar mixed in with the deck of a ship, mixed in with, like, the depths of a jungle, like, next to it kind of thing.
Nice. Yeah, it's a real shame that no one Misty notices here, because this is the first time you'd ever see the sense of wonderment upon her face.
Alright. After, like, a little while, you will reach a point in time. It's like, okay. Alright, now. Did you bring a chicken?
It gets a raised eyebrow from that one. It was like an odd request.
Remember, you're in a dream. Anyway, you will give the chicken to the bear, which is now in front of you.
Misty will look for a chicken on her person.
Sure. You kind of look around for a while, and all of a sudden, like, you feel in your backpack, and you will pull out this chicken that now is in your backpack, and it'll be like,
do I see a bear?
Yes, there is a massive, like, 20-foot tall bear that now is in front of you, holding out a paw.
One hell of a trip.
Shouldn't
have ate those mushrooms.
Never ask a creature from Elysium, dude.
Gotta stop sampling the alchemist supplies. She will take the the newly found chicken and offer it very graciously to the bear.
The bear, which kind of looks, it actually looks like a giant, like almost black bear, with kind of its fur color. Will kind of grasp a chicken as you'll see it like absorb the chicken into its paw, and then it will just open its mouth, and its mouth will keep going wider and wider until it will like hit the ground, and inside is a passageway with a staircase going down.
I think this now tops. What was it the labyrinth we went to? Of evil secret man?
That was pretty weird.
I think this beats that.
Well, that was like, specifically made to like bring out fears and torment and evil. And this is just like, it's Dream Realm. Weird shit happens.
What do you think can happen here?
Mm-hmm. You think the Feywild's weird? No! Dreamwild is... Dreamlands are weird.
Feywild next.
Should have sent a gnome instead.
It would be less weird in the Feywild.
Well, I don't want to touch Conky Bar. It's rude.
Anyway. Alright. Let's go down.
I begin walking down the mouth staircase.
It is a spiral staircase that seems like it's built into a living tree. Around you, these sides are wood and kind of glow with these, like almost ethereal blue veins of that seem to it kind of permeate the wood and give the entire area a little bit of light. Like it's the stairs, the central like spire of it. There's even like a hand railing built into the wall that's kind of surrounding you. That's all made of the same wood, as if it's been like shaped by magic or perhaps by the will of the trees themselves. And eventually, though, you will find yourself emerging through at the bottom of it, a door, which just pushing it open, you are in a gigantic forest of thousands of trees. And there's like a little staircase leading down to this pathway that seems to lead into other pathways and up into this tree, which stretches probably thousands of feet in the sky. It is a tree far larger than anything that seems to be the center of everything there.
Oh, no one's ever going to believe this one.
Yeah, the great tree at the center of all dreams is very impressive. It does connect the dream realms of all thinking creatures together and sleep. Only my kind doesn't, but my connection here allows me to enter a dream. That's my tree over there. She points off in a direction that like doesn't seem to be pointing to a specific tree. Like it's rare that we of the outside of those beyond the material plane gain dreams like this. I'm always thankful.
I snap my fingers.
Oh! Sorry.
It's okay.
It's the problem that I have. I think, if I was on the material plane, some of your psychologists call it, like, narcolepsy or something.
Glad we have narcolepsy diagnosis and fucking DeLorean. Glad we've advanced that far in psychological treatment.
She didn't say where, too. Anyway. So, now that we are here, we can find the tree that you desire. In order to find that, now is the time that we must, continue to ignore the mice. They're the problem.
Okay.
But we must
Seems
seek
like
out...
you have a mouse problem.
No, it's not truly a problem. They're the echoes of nightmares.
Oh.
Yeah, interacting with them may summon animated dreams or nightmare dragons.
Horrifying.
Yeah. Or it might send you to some kind of spiraling nightmare dimension of which there is hard to escape, since you're partially physically here.
Also.
Yeah. So, we must seek out the badgers of the tree.
don't speak badger. I'm not your fool.
You speak beaver.
Oh, she does speak beaver.
They and their servants, the beavers of the tree, will allow you to find the correct tree. Otherwise, we'll just be wandering forever looking at trees. There are like, how many of you are you on the material plane?
A lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of trees here too. Anyway, follow the road. Let's go. Get out of here, mice. Get out of here. Shoo. The light ball will like you feel as if the light ball had hands that would be like doing a waving motion, but you know it's a light ball.
Damn. Yeah, I will do as she instructs and follow the road.
Okay. This is a strange realm. There are, you know, honestly, the first thing you will notice is that the mice at first start to follow you, and then you will hear like squeaking as they break away, as you will notice that there are cats here, like actual just look like cats.
Oh.
That start to seemingly hunt them. And kind of, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just in Wonderland.
Eventually, as you're kind of approaching, you will hear a noise that kind of will brush through the trees as a massive draconic figure wreathed in clouds will kind of like settle down in front of you with a kind of like landing and be like, "Greetings. What brings you to my realm?"
I seek the dreams of my brother.
Hey there, it's nice to see you. We're just passing through. Ha. So it is you, Arias. Oh, and here I was hoping that it was something like a wanderer here. Someone that I could deal with in some sort of way. Perhaps hunt for a meal if they were a little too greedy. Regardless, on your way. But know this, if you do any infractions here, even under the care of one who dreams such as Arias, I will come for you.
I will do my best to be as respectful as I can.
The dragon will dip its head and then it'll fly off. Goddamn dream dragons think they own this place. Everyone knows the badgers and beavers are really in charge. They aren't really badgers and beavers, they just appear that way to mortal minds.
I get it, you know, maybe they just like messing.
Well, I think they're really like something that'd be called like outer gods or something.
Oh.
They're not like the great old ones, but you know, more benevolent versions of them that exist here in dreams.
Interesting. It's fascinating.
Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. You'll head and find your way to the tree. And there will be looks just to be a relatively normal badger, except it's in it looks like it's wearing a hat, like just a very simple, like almost like bowler hat, except with a big old.
It's not wearing a gnome on its head?
No, it's not wearing a gnome on its head. Ironically, or not ironically, I don't know if that would be. Anyway, it's got a feather in it, and it's actually this really nice jacket, and it's kind of sitting on what looks to be a mushroom that is partially formed into a chair. Greetings, Celestial of Dreams! Welcome once more. Who is your charge you have brought with us this day? Oh, yeah, introduce yourself.
I am, I'll find my actual name. I am Esmeralda Zatu.
Welcome! What desires do you have to come to we who watch over the great tree?
I seek the dreams of someone important to me.
Ah! What do you wish to do with those dreams? Your
simply
dreams, man.
Communicate with them.
I see. You wish to enter another's dreamscape and communicate with them.
Yes.
Well then, you have your guide, and I shall allow it. But you need another guide. One who cannot guide you through dreams, but through the enchanted forest. Come, Tippy! As he'll kind of clap his paws together, kind of waddling out in like a... would be best described as like something like a ranger would wear, is a beaver. Just a beaver in like, you know, like that like Robin Hood hat, you know, with like kind of like a backpack on, kind of like walking on like its back legs with its paws out. It's got like kind of like a walking stick in one hand, kind of like an actual bow slung over its shoulder. It's like, name's Tippy. I'm gonna be your guide for today. Follow me.
Okay.
Through the forest.
She questions none of this, which is hilarious because she is the most straight-faced person of this pirate group.
Yeah. What brings you to the enchanted forest?
I'm just trying to communicate with someone.
Oh, I know that kind of thing. You gotta keep it up with your family. I've got family all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, they say when a beaver dies, sometimes its spirit becomes part of the enchanted forest. I'm pretty sure I've got cousins and you know, probably a mom or dad. They might be dead though. But like maybe like brothers or sisters back on the material plane.
A pretty big family.
Oh yeah, lots of beavers. You know, I always said to myself, you know, you humanoids are pretty good. You know, I some people tell rumors about you, like, doing horrible things to beavers and other woodland creatures. You wouldn't do that, right?
I don't think I've ever seen a beaver.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, missing out. We're great folks. See me, I got this little bow. I can, like, travel through this forest here. And when I want to be spry, I can. I save up my energy for those times, and I spring into action. I can dual wield these, and he just pulls out these, like, little daggers in his hands. These daggers! Look at this! I learned how to do this when I came here. I don't know if I knew this when I was alive.
Which is very neat.
Yeah! Shink. Ariellis will kind of float over to you and, like, telepathically think to you, like, you know, try to ignore a little bit of the beaver. Their existence here is technically a reincarnation of a earthly beaver, but they're combined with the souls of powerful protectors of the woodland who have made deals with their gods to help protect the dreams of those. So he's both two souls at once, and he doesn't remember his entire, you know, human thing. Don't talk to him about it. They freak out and go all murdery if they learn about their pasts. I've seen it like 3 times.
Kind of give a nod.
You'll get some more small talk, and then eventually he'll be like, this tree here smells of the smell that you want to smell.
Thank you.
As he'll kind of like tap his like walking stick on it, as then in the side of the tree, a door will form. And like a little set of like almost like stone stairs will kind of like eke out of the earth up to it. Good luck, Tam. As he'll kind of like wander off. Oh, if you see any of my cousins, say hi.
Thank you. I will wave to the beaver monstrosity. I will turn to the floating light bulb. How much control would I have over this tree?
Not a lot. The fact is, it's not your dream, it's your brother's dream. So when you're in there, especially when he realizes it's a dream, which you're going to need to do, he'll have a lot of control. Granted, I can merge my light with you for the time being to protect you from major changes. but I would try not to get him too emotional, as there's only so much I could do to help you, and I won't be able to communicate while we're in there.
Okay.
All right, glowing light in your head time. As she'll just kind of like thwomp into your head. You will feel like something impact you, and like there's this kind of like bright warmness over your body.
Kind of rub the side of my head and then enter the tree door.
Okay. You will enter into the tree door and go through blackness. Kind of like, at first it's darkness, as you kind of like feel like you're walking, and it's like you're, almost like you're walking on that light again, except you can't see that light. Like you feel as though it's like kind of like that same kind of shine, except there's nothing there. And then at first, you'll find yourself in like what looks to be a village somewhere. You're not sure. It looks Chalaxian in descent, and there seems to be some, like, you know, there's people going about and stuff like that. And for a couple of seconds, you're just kind of getting your bearings, but then everything kind of starts to shift in a way. As you begin to hear, like, coming from nearby, commotion that seems to be coming from a nearby square.
I will walk towards the commotion, trying to blend in with the crowd.
Okay. You will see what looks to be a massive stage with set up on it gallows.
Nice. Yep, this seems familiar.
You will see what looks to be a Chalaxian noble kind of up on the stage, kind of like cheering, like yelling to the crowd, you know, as like there is what looks to be behind him a couple of Inquisitors and an Executioner. Behold, folks! We have captured the rebels and are preparing to execute them. Bring forth the first rebels! As coming up, being led up the ways, first you will see two very familiar figures. Harsk
Oh, fun.
and Landless.
Dude, I love that this is what he dreams about, killing my friends.
They will be led to the gallows, and after a embroiled speech by the noble, set to kill. Then, the second in command of the terrible and wicked rebels, as coming forth will then be Lucian. The same sort of thing will happen. And then, finally, leader of the rebels, you will walk up there.
Well, you know what? I recognize that one.
Yeah. Being led to the gallows. Give me perception.
Perception? That's profession. That's not one, but it's
Okay.
21.
I'll also let you give a sense motive here, too.
Sense motive?
Yeah, sense motive might work, too.
That's a much better.
Okay, so you're kind of watching the scene, and it is a pretty horrifying scene of a dream.
Yeah.
But you
fucked up.
do know that you were warned that when your presence here would cause basically like an influence. And he does kind of hate you at this point in time.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
people do.
You will notice that from what it's like, at first everything like seems like kind of terrible, definitely, but nothing's out of place. But you start to see something that breaks through some of the illusion in a way. One of the two Inquisitors, as disguised as he seems to be, you're fairly certain is your brother, reveling in this. Watching, basically hidden behind the scenes, getting some form of revenge or perhaps justification for, you know, his job or something out of this.
Where is he at exactly?
He would be like, there's like at the behind the gallows, there's like to the one side's the executioner, to the other side is the noble, and as at the back, kind of almost watching everything, was two Inquisitors.
kind of will sneak around the crowd to get a better look at this. To get a better look at him.
Mm-hmm. He's very much so paying attention to the executions going on. It's you can't quite see through like the disguise, but definitely like you get the feeling just by a lot of the ways of body movement and stuff too that it is him standing there.
Right. I'll just continue watching for a couple of moments.
Okay. So once the dream, this part of it ends, your dream version is hung. Everything kind of changes for a second. Now, you've moved out of sight, so to say.
Yeah.
But everybody else will just disappear. And it'll be empty streets as he'll go over to the hanging body and start, basically at this point, start off with a tirade on, this could have been different. You chose a path that led you to this, kind of like stuff like that,
I will kind of walk to the stage, not getting too close to him. But I will be go up the stairs at the stage, and just kind of listen to what he's saying.
Yeah. Certainly, there's a mixed bag of emotion there. A combination of there's probably something in there that he still cares for you, but also like there's a hatred for what was kind of position he was put in. And honestly, like you're getting a venting of his emotions to this corpse of you. And certainly it's sort of like, this was my duty. This is what I had to do. This is what for my country, for my people. So there's a lot of also like denial in his actions too and things like that. And he's going through this for a while. And as he kind of like almost seemingly gets to an end of the tirade, he kind of moves down, and then he takes notice that you're there. As he kind of like looks, he's like, "What trickery is this? You found a way to elude me." As he kind of pulls out his weapon, and all of a sudden the crowd and everyone is back, and like you're now up on there. As he's like pulled out his weapon, and like the other Inquisitor is also pulling out their weapon, and the guards that were nearby have now reappeared and stuff like this.
I do not pull out a weapon. However, I begin to hum the melody of the music box I had gifted him in cello. Whether or not he had gotten it yet, I do not know, but it is a very important song to him. And it is one that only him and her know.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll / something. Just gonna roll this. You can roll here like this. Okay. Alright. So, like, as for a second, it seems like everything's going in, like, the guards are coming to attack you and stuff too, the other Inquisitor, and he's ready. But, like, as you begin to hum, there's almost this pause as everything stops. Like, time stops. As then there's, like, just for a second, like, his, like, eyes kind of glare, he kind of shakes his head, kind of like this, as, like, you almost feel that glow that was with you begins to shine a little bit. As he kind of, like, is holding his weapon, he's in his, like, disguise, as then it kind of, like, almost kind of shrinks away a little bit as like the entire scape around you just then kind of fades away into this kind of like small floating stone above storms and swirling velvet water material, as he kind of like goes and it's like, you're real.
I am.
And this is my dream.
It is.
How strange.
I'm not here to fight. I'm not here to argue.
I'll just like drop the weapon and be like, kind of like looking at his hands and kind of like looking at it and kind of like just trying to like grasp the concepts of what's going on here, you know, a little bit.
It's okay. You're fine. It's just been a long time since we've spoken. I know this. And I know the things you harbor for me.
There are much things that I have in pride. Why are you here?
Because I wish to speak with you.
And speak.
I know you are hunting. I've known for a time. I've not hidden my location from you. In fact, I've been advertising to speak with you.
And here I thought you were just being a fool.
No. If I wanted to, I could simply disappear anywhere onto this road.
Your confidence in that is a joke.
I know all of your tricks, and I know all of the tricks of the Inquisition.
You know all the tricks of the old Inquisition. We have changed.
I know you're currently led by a demon blood. I've seen him and spoken to him.
He is useful. While I truly lead, he does the job I do not wish to.
Yes. This is what you and I had for a time.
So, what would you have us do? Though you may be dead, according to the proper laws, I know, Her Majesty knows, you still live.
Yes. And unfortunately, for those of them marching on the shackles, I intend not to leave. I know they expect me here. I know they've probably been warned of my presence. But this is my home now. And they do not matter. I care not for them, for the Queen. I only can for you in the Inquisition.
Strange way to express it, to speak to me, to speak of an invasion that perhaps you know about, perhaps you know more than you should know, who knows. Certainly my eyes have seen you doing actions that are unusual. You're present to me, but my plans have already been deeply in place. Why should I stop? Why should I stop serving the great Chilaxian people?
Because you do not know the truth of all of them and why I have done it.
Really?
You know how corrupt the church is.
It was the Church of Asmodeus. Asmodeus as orderly as his church is. There's always a place to stab another in the back for power. As long as you're within the rules.
Well, it will take a long time to explain, but many of the church themselves sought to simply eliminate us, you, me, much of the Inquisition, because we grew too strong. I put a stop to that. You are here because I did what I had to do.
You know, I am aware now that there was something of the such going on. Not that I cannot thank you for your efforts in doing that, keeping the Inquisition safe. Certainly, things might have gone differently had you not done what you had. It's another reason why the Queen agreed to our rules, to sticking with the plan that the former heads of the Inquisition had made. They just wanted to forget you. Put you sweep you under a carpet. You'd done your job, you weren't required. But no, I saw something different. I saw opportunity, in a way. He came to me, that man, that half-demon, made a deal with me. The sheer fact is, you are still a threat to Cheliax. What tells me that you are not? Your proof in supporting the Shackles is very thing. Granted, it's a fool's errand that the Admiral goes upon. I will not deny that. But a fool for Cheliax is a fool is still for Cheliax, nonetheless, even if they are a fool.
She is foolish, yes. She will not survive, no matter what she thinks.
What makes you think the Queen would accept defeat at that?
Because, quite honestly, Cheliax is a doomed nation. It is doomed to fall. You can see the cracks anywhere. Yeah. Rebellion brewing in the north. Fiendish creatures running amok in the forest. The ports to hell opening up. Your Hell Knights can barely handle it.
I understand that things are not going as well as planned, as seen from the outside. And certainly there are issues that have to be dealt with in the internal. My Inquisitors are already making plans, being put in place, to assist with these issues. You speak of a weakening Cheliax. I see it as an opportunity to purge some of the less useful issues. We purged the Inquisitors of the old guard, the weak guard. The Queen shall stand, and we shall make sure that even if the country falters, it will come out stronger than ever. That's been the plan all along. It's not as if we haven't seen some of the signs of what is going on. We've made attempts to solve some of these issues. There's only so much that can be done. Sometimes it is best to cut off an infected wound rather than let it fester on the body.
Then you know why I did what I did to the church.
Again. The old guard would have just ignored and forgiven you. I don't know if I can.
I'm not asking you for forgiveness, you had it. I'm asking you to stay away. Because I do not want to harm people. And I do not want to harm them.
It's not so easy. If the Admiral falls, there will be one's head called for, more than any. And he knows who it is. As much as she cares not for her cousin, the Queen will swear revenge. Once the rebellions are done. Once Cheliax has been purged of its disease. Then, not just one fleet will come.
You would throw away so many lives for petty vengeance.
I would not.
But you're complacent to it.
Vengeance has been a strong emotion in many of us. Years ago, I would have called my hunt for you vengeance. Now it's different. Now it's pride in what I do.
Tell me, are you in the Shackles currently?
I've been here for over 2 years.
I figured. How much do you know of the people I have contacted back in Shellax?
I know a lot. I've forgiven a lot, ignored a lot. You are technically dead. And Myste of the Shackles is not related to many folks, or anyone back in Shellax.
No, she is not. She's simply a mercenary.
She is.
Should you want a more corporeal conversation in a land less strange, I can arrange. But we would be alone with no weapons.
I'm unsure if I could meet with you and not live up to old promises.
The offer stands. Should you find yourself wanting to speak in person, you may find me in Twent.
When you reached out to me first, I did not know how to respond. I thought the music box that was forwarded to me was merely mocking. But you tried to make peaceful contact with me. Reasonably. To speak like perhaps... maybe not siblings, but... people.
Yes.
Why? Why even try? What did you
Because
expect
I
from me?
do not wish to harm you in any way. Because I still care about you. And no matter how much you hate me, you will still always be someone I'm sworn to protect and someone I cherish. Because I can remember the memories of us as children where you seemed to have forgotten. Before the church, before we underwent any training.
If Admiral Thrune were to lose the battle, and find herself prisoner of the Shackles, there would be no reason for reprisal, and at most, possible negotiations in the future for return for a kidnapped victim as part of war. And should such a thing occur, perhaps opportunities and operations within the Shackles would be withdrawn to take care of internal business for a time. I cannot guarantee that they would continue at some point in the future. But hell has great vengeance. Perhaps there are ways that you could be... that reasonable individuals can skirt that vengeance.
Yes.
Merely a suggestion. Out of old time's sake, out of old memories. For now, you won't see me. I will continue to lead my operations from a base in Port Peril. It's not my only location within Shackles. But until this invasion is done, I will be there. Once it's done, I'll see if I'm being called back or not.
I will not inform anyone of your ghost operations, nor will I seek you out again. But you know where to find me. I'm sure you know my ID.
I know a lot. Know this, though. An extra warning. Watch your backs. If you do win, if you do heed some advice from an old, we'll say friend, in a different life, then it won't be us that you'll be looking out for. My men have heard the whispers that are going on. Your actions are already bringing a bit of anger to some interesting folks.
Good. You know I like upsetting the powerful.
You really, really, really do. Much to your own and those around you's safety. Keep that in mind, too.
Well, one last thing. Visit Mother more often. She misses you.
Next time I'm in Cheliax, I will. But my business often takes me outside of the nation. There are plenty of colonies and fortresses in various places that need to be ensure they stay in line and order. And the tour of a investigator happens more often than they'd like.
Work never finishes, even as an exile like me.
Well, then I guess I will wake up.
You should.
As he just says that, everything ends. Like almost as he wills himself awake. As you'll start just plummeting,
Nice.
just down into darkness. Like the rock disappears, and you start falling in towards this swirling velvet. And you'll then you'll hear this. Sorry.
You're okay in there.
Yeah. Oh, you're plummeting. Oh, I should probably
Yeah.
do something about that. Oh, okay. Also wake up. As then you will now fall on your back in the room that you'd summon this on, like as if you had been pushed back originally on your nose, just thwomp down on the ground, like as if you're falling the entire time.
Foresight to do this in a bed.
You do that in a bed? As now the lady's in front of you, with the snake
Where I
woman.
prefer to sleep, yes.
Oh, I just, as she kind of will stretch, as you'll see, she'll pick her legs off the ground. She's just gonna be floating there. I just gotta lie back and just, and then she kind of puts her legs back down on the ground.
I unfortunately cannot do this.
Oh, I keep forgetting you mortals can't do that.
Misty will get up, holding her lower back because she is almost 40 years old.
Yes. Alright, I'm out. Later. Now she kind of just blinks out, with a puff of light. Do you need me for anything else? I hope that went well.
I'm fine. That was a bizarre experience.
Look, you needed it done, and, I had to call on the weirdest person we had to do that.
No, that's fair. I'm used to freaks.
Look
at who my friends are.
Goddess of Dreams doesn't... Dreams are weird. Look, I don't deal with them directly a lot of times, and I work here.
No, I understand.
I like serving my goddess and all, but, you know, and I enjoy a lot of the company I keep, the fun places I go. Just being sometimes sent to some of those weird dream places, just... Ugh. Did you meet the
beavers?
Yeah.
Yes, they're very strange. I don't think I want to meet them again.
Yeah. The badger's kind of nice.
The dragon was a little strange. It's like the third dragon I've seen.
Ah. Alright, I'm gonna get going.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm gonna go rest.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Let's take our break here. So I have to see what's going on with Erik. It sounds like there's computer problems, so we'll have to figure out something maybe.
He's computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been unable to check the messages, but I've seen there was a bunch. So if you need a snack, drink, or bathroom break, go ahead and take them, and we'll be back in a little bit. These buttons.
He's a fighter barbarian.
He's a bit stronger than her.
He's very strong.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back. We have returned.
Over twice her level.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, while that was happening,
Yep.
we go to Revia's master plan that I didn't get much thinking about because I kept having to get up, but it's probably fine. So I will first gather some information about this lady.
Okay.
And about ways to like gain her favor. So I will roll a diplomacy check to gather information.
All right.
I succeed.
Yep. Certainly, you can find out a lot of stuff about her. She likes a good fight. I mean, like, it's... The fact is, this town, unfortunately, doesn't really have, like, people in charge of it. There is no real, like, laws or order of any kind here. The sheer fact is, the intimidation factor of her pirate crew is the only thing that keeps things in line to any degree whatsoever. And even then, it's, barely. So that's a big thing about this. You know, you can certainly see there is just, it's just chaos here. Now, on the other hand, like, she kind of, it's not a believe in the, like, survival of the fittest, you know, it's not quite a believe in that. It's just sort of like, her entire thing is just, do whatever the hell you want. She doesn't care. That's like the only thing that seems consistent with her. Everything she does is, do whatever the hell you want. Other than that, it just tends to be like, you know, she loves a good fight, but you never know, like, how she's going to, like, act a lot of times. Whether or not she's going to be, like, particularly violent at a point or relatively friendly. And she tends to just either hang out on her ship or in, like, one of the many very rowdy bars there. There is no, like, fortress here. Its position on Shark Island is away from everybody else. It's pretty well naturally protected. And as much as, you know, perhaps she's not the most elite pirate captain, what she makes up for that is the fact that she does tend to be the strongest of her crew, but her crew is pretty rowdy, tough group. So, very similar to how your werewolf friend, one of the reasons that he's very powerful is, I have a crew full of lycanthropes. She has a crew full of basically rowdy barbarians that are also sailors, you know. It means they have an intimidation factor a little different. They're a little bit more than your average marine, at least.
Yeah. Okay. I have my plan of entrance. Y'all cool? I'm gonna just walk right up to the place that she's at, and we're gonna just kick the door in. And we're gonna tell it to her straight. Tell her, look, Chelex is coming. We want you to fight with us. We hate them. You hate them. Settle it. You and my captain, and you brawl. Whoever wins decides that. If you win, we can give you a great amount of wealth. So basically we'll pay them.
All right.
If we lose.
So I'm thinking
they want money
because she's a little chaos incarnate. I'm thinking there's 2 ways she can react. All right. I've thought of 2 ways that she could react to this entire statement. Okay.
I can see them. If she chooses to fight us, everyone in this room is dead. Period. So
that's not quite what I was thinking. So you're not really thinking the same way. Okay.
Great, cool. Okay. That's all I cared about. Okay, I don't care about
engages the party.
Honestly, if she doesn't want to join us, it's not that big of a loss. This is kind of like a secondary objective.
Do you want?
But I just say straight to her. She probably respects
I will tell you,
that.
there's a theoretical less violent route, and theoretically more violent route.
Well, theoretically, I want that we brawl and settle it that way.
I would call that a more violent route. So.
Well, that's what my goal was, because I figured that was the solution I was going with. So I don't.
We'll call that.
Unless someone.
Do you want that one to be odds or evens?
Even Stevens.
What he said. Even Stevens.
So evens will be for violence. All right. You know what, Yosef?
If she just joins us, that's also
Yosef,
cool,
I need you to roll me a d20.
Roll an even number.
Chester.
Who?
Chester.
Oh, sorry.
I was saying Yosef. Roll a d20.
Okay, hold on.
You will determine their fates.
Right in the middle.
Violence.
You went Steven, baby.
All right.
Goddamn barbarian.
So
there's no contest.
There will be a brawl that'll start right then and there with a cheap shot to Yaalkol's face, of course. But honestly, yes, Yaalkol, there really isn't much of a contest, with the beating up there.
After that cheap shot, they're unlikely to hit him with his almost 30 AC.
He is a little beefy boy.
He's a tank.
He's a tank.
Yeah.
A brick house.
Well, it's less that they won't be hitting, that it's more like it's hitting a brick house. Yeah.
It's not hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I mean.
Yes.
They won't be hitting me.
Well, it's just like she went for the cheap shot, to begin it, to kind of get into the brawl, since you suggested brawl. As they'll get into a bit of a fight there. Yaalkol will obviously dominate, as the battle's very rapidly kind of overpowered by Yaalkol, though she still managed to get some hits in, because she's a barbarian and pretty good, just straight up fighter kind.
Yeah.
And honestly...
Her attacks will do it to you, though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Yaalkol with unarmed doesn't do that much damage still.
You can't keep making friends with violence. You can't keep getting away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Except it works. We're pirates. This is what we do.
Yeah, but doesn't Yaalkol have he's a Dragonborn, right? Doesn't he have claws or
3 friends by punching them?
As she's kind of seemingly in a defeat, she'll kind of get up, draw the blood from her mouth, kind of slot it down, kind of shake her head, then be like, "All right, we will fight."
This is great. We gather and clap.
Where are the chambers?
Chambers?
Oh no.
According to our laws, you are now my husband.
Shackled, we could talk about this at a later date. Shackled might be too young for marriage.
I mean,
he is
an adult.
He is technically...
You don't know that.
He's 18 now, I think.
It has been a number of years. But it's barbarian. It's a random barbarian woman you defeated in combat. You understand what that kind of means for barbarian tribes sometimes.
Look,
That's my stew.
we live on the former island of Empty Eyes, but we can settle this after we deal with Chelex.
War first, then marriage?
Marriage depends on how many bodies you take.
No,
some
we are
cases,
married
war
now.
is marriage.
I must not.
Or marriage is war.
We are married now. Our tribes will
this
be
is-
united. Blood will be shed across these lands.
No, this is good, guys. This is good. Okay, I turn to Chester and Jacob. I'm like, this is good, guys. Trust me, I have a plan.
I mean, honestly though, I feel like Yaalkol
Yes.
needs some love in his life. It's
The
fine.
pirates of Violok and us from Dragon's Roost are united together.
The Dragon's Roost. Oh, that's us.
Yes.
Well, that's a later
Guys,
Yaalkol problem.
Guys, listen. As we're walking out, I get everyone around. Listen, we can use these guys to help us kill the werewolves.
Oh, there it
Did I
is.
freeze?
You did freeze up a little bit.
Did I? Yeah, we can use these guys to kill the werewolves. In
If
the
we only
Momo.
arm them with silver, we'll be fine.
Bro, we have so much money. That's easy.
I mean, like, is that an insult? I think it'll be fine. You know, what's the worst that can happen, really?
Dude, you're lucky Misty is not here.
Yeah, I
Dude,
want to know how Misty's going to react to
We don't-
this.
I want to figure
I
that one
swear
out
all
when
of
we
you
get
the
back to the
secrecy.
ship,
We do not mention this to Misty.
You
I think
made,
there's
you
two
made,
ways.
Jacob,
you
you're
gathered
gonna-
information. You didn't research how their tribe worked
Dude,
because they're a tribe of pirate
Why would
barbarians.
Why would I think of that though?
I mean, like,
Listen,
what would you
Yaalkol-
research? There's no
Man.
laws written down. They can't write.
I will breach this to Misty in the best way possible. I will get the cook that I paid a lot of money to make her favorite meal. And I always mention I paid a lot of money for it because everyone seems to forget he exists. Okay?
No, he's
He's like
like,
a level 6 expert.
he's like,
I just want to get back on board and just walk past Misty and go, "Oh, Jacob's married now."
oh,
Jacob.
Walk away.
no,
It's
you're cool.
Yaalkol.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
Yaalkol, I'm sorry.
I am
Jacob
very
has-
sad
My
as,
brain's dead.
Jacob has 3 girlfriends
as an
already, so-
exile of this long-off area. I am, as you say,
You're
the
from here?
he's Galtian chef that you hired on.
Oh,
Oh,
no, this
I miss
guy.
my old country, but the blood and shed is there has driven me and my family away.
He's from Gault? What's that? Is that like a food?
France.
It's like France.
Oh wait, my wife's from Gault. I forgot about that, guys.
Yeah.
This is in character. My character has no rank in history,
I
guys.
just
I don't know what you
want
expect.
people from Gault to have a French accent because they really are just.
They're French.
What happens if the French Revolution never ended?
I sending the chef. Quickly prepare Misty's favorite meal. We will need it.
All right. Well, you'll meet back up at the
Or
boat.
turtle.
Do not Peter Turtle.
As along the way, like you'll actually have like a bunch of like big burly barbarian men in the streets, kind of like go up and like pat Yaalkol on the shoulders, be like, "New chief."
This can only work in our favor.
Look, all we have to say is that we secured diplomatic ties with the
Yeah,
barbarian.
like one will
We
like
have a
grab
fucking
like what looks to
ally.
be like a cut purse and like punch him in the face. It's like and throw him away. It's like no steal from new chief.
Y'all really are just playing Crusader Kings.
Jacob, I need you to let me explain
Matrimonial
this.
ties.
Listen, I need to breach this in the best way possible because Misty already hates this place.
It is a place that basically was lawless and a barbarian tribe moved in.
It did take the culturally chillaxing woman to a barbarian town.
I got this. I know how to phrase it. Okay. When we get on the ship, alright, no one mention it. Y'all cool. Your mouth needs to be shut. Okay? Chester, please.
I am
for
your
the love
cool.
of
I will
Bessara.
not say anything.
And Jacob, I look at Jacob and it's like the pleading face. Please, for once in your life, don't say anything.
I'm just gonna go. Hey, look, I don't want to get like cut by Misty. She's already like.
That's
There
why
is
you
no-
shouldn't say anything.
I mean, okay, would it be worse to lie to Misty that she finds out later?
No, I'm
Or
going
rely
to
to her
explain
now.
it over a great lunch.
'Cause
I
I'm all for
still
lying.
just want to walk by,
Love it.
just like
Love it.
we
I'm
got,
gonna get.
we got matrimonial ties. I mean, Diplomatic ties.
Yes.
I love that the party is afraid of it.
It's like no one wants to get scolded by mom.
I just think it's funny.
Look, I could lie pretty well. I rolled a 6 on
That is a
that.
pretty good bluff.
Jesus, you're way better at bluffing than me, but I wasn't gonna lie. I was gonna do it. Oh.
Misty would definitely be in her workshop on the couch that's in there just with a cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Trying to relax after a bizarre experience with a
With a
beaver.
hot water bottle on your back.
Yeah.
When
I'm old.
when the lunch is done, you're called into the captain's quarter.
Misty-
We kept one bottle of that really expensive alcohol that has been poured in a couple cups.
You will see Misty enter the room, hunched over, in looking very sore, holding her lower back and a cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you want some?
You will notice something strange. There appears to be a beaver following Misty.
Is that your familiar?
I don't
Do you have
know.
a familiar?
It hasn't stopped following.
Wait. This is perfect. Wait, listen. Jacub has his weird scorpion. I have Grinner. The captain has the bird that loves Grinner, and now you have a beaver.
It does have a Robin Hood hat on.
Yeah, I think he's some kind of like forest man.
He's a Robin. That's awesome.
Great. Listen, now the only one missing an animal is Chester.
It's been like followed by, and then all of a sudden Yaalkol will go back with it.
He speaks beaver.
That's amazing.
Anyway, Misty, I had
Yeah, he's cool
on the ship that everyone forgets about that I paid a lot of money for.
Francois. You can rename Francois.
Francois, make your favorite dish, and we have the greatest wine on the ship. I have important news to tell you.
As you say that, I go, oh, look, what's that? I'm being called, and I'll teleport out.
Misty's eyes narrow.
Yaalkol's gonna take the beaver and walk off with it, as the two of them are gonna get to know each other because he speaks beaver.
What did
Through sheer dumb luck, secured a great and strong alliance with the people of Iolon.
You've partnered up with some savages.
Yeah, you know, unintentionally, through my the methods I discovered to win their favor, we have gained our allies for life, in fact. As long as Yaalkol's alive, I guess. And his wife. But, you know, they'll be very useful in our fight against the werewolves in Olo. Imagine a bunch of barbarian savages with silvered weapons. That's great distraction and fodder. And that gets rid of two of your problems at once, right? It gets rid of the horrible, evil werewolves, and it gets rid of most of the chaotic barbarians you don't like. This is only good for you.
Okay.
This works out.
Alright, hold up. Stop. She holds up her hand. Stop.
Wait, at least take a bite of the food.
I will get to the food.
No, please take it now, because it'll set your mood a little better. The wine's really good. Please.
Alright, Misty will take a bite of the food, and she will take a drink of the wine, and then she will look at you dead in the eye.
Chef promised.
What did you do?
I went in there and said, let's fist fight her. Seemed like the easy solution. And apparently, if you fist fight the leader, you get married to them.
You know
who the fuck does that?
You know the captain isn't into that.
Yeah, well, that's why we use them to just die against the werewolves in Olo. We don't ever think about it again.
That's not okay.
Well, listen, it's okay because they will do it willingly.
You should ask Yaalkol what he thinks of this plan, and also, what is wrong with you?
I'm gonna be honest. That this wasn't my goal. This was an unintentional byproduct.
Why is it that all of your
listen,
plans have unintended consequences?
Well, that's all plans ever. Okay, first of all, every plan has unintended consequences. But why was I gonna expect a fist fight to turn into a marriage? I'm sorry.
They're savages.
Bro, listen, I know nothing about savagery or civilization. I'm a fucking pirate. That's all I do.
See, you have to walk in over this way. As in, like, seemingly out of nowhere, you will see, appearing will be, Harsk, Yaalkol, and the beaver.
Where'd you come from?
Oh, showing them the way. The captain's introduced me to our new best friend, Tim's Nibbles.
Yeah, I think he's gonna become like our mascot or something.
He's beaver
That's
extraordinaire, according to Yaalkol.
He's like some kind of outer god.
Nah.
Oh yeah, no, I went places.
I believe you, but outer god's a little much.
No, I
and
went to the land of dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, but that's just like a place.
He'll, like, crawl up on the table where there's, like,
We
some
fought-
food out as, like, okay, I don't know how many would... you'll see, like, out of his mouth will, like, be, like, this, like, almost thing of tentacles will come out and grab some food and bring it back in.
You know, that's the second weirdest thing I've seen. Brenner has, like, has telekinesis. He lifts things into his tank.
I mean, yeah,
So-
how is this working?
Where'd you come from?
I pet the beaver.
Where's all these people?
I just
Is
went-
Oh, he walked in
I
the
didn't
front
actually-
door.
It's my office, not. It's my office.
Oh,
in Yaalkol's.
You thought he teleported away, he just went invisible.
So, I haven't prepared for
Misty will place her fork down. She will kind of like pull out a little napkin, stab her mouth, sit down. I'm not
Yeah, but-
angry. I'm just disappointed.
I don't know how you're disappointed. This is literally not my fault. How am I supposed to know it's what's gonna happen?
Okay, I will say.
Everyone else heard my plan. No one said, "Oh, what's the potential of marriage?"
Okay, but like, is that like a well-known thing? Is this like written somewhere in the Barbarian
That's
laws?
what I'm saying. You're on my side.
I'm just angry about it.
No one else thought of it. I don't know anything about this. All right, I know stuff about religion, about boats, about talking to people, about geography because of
There's
this.
some good food. You should have Francois make more of this.
Yes, it'd be nice if you actually
You
make
ate-
something edible.
You ate half of my meal.
It's good that you're having to make edible food now.
He always makes edible food. Just because you don't like Shackled food doesn't mean it's not edible. God, fucking, he makes the best turtle soup in the
But you
shell.
couldn't hit that. Yaalkol translates for the beaver. The beaver pulls out of nowhere a bow and shoots an arrow into the wall, like hitting like what looks to be like a gnat. Or like some kind of fly with the arrow.
As I've said, I've been on some strange adventures where you were going.
You know, listen, honestly, it's par for course.
I went into my brother's dreams.
That's pretty sick, actually.
I saw him dream about executing me.
Well, you know, that sounds like your family, no offense.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we're not gonna deal
all's
with
revol-
it right now.
All's resolved. This is a later problem, probably a non-problem.
Mhm.
And if it becomes a problem, we could use in the fight Olo. I mean, we'll promise him part of the rewards. Seems
Also,
fair.
we should try to capture, what is the utmost name? Dravalia? Is that the utmost?
Dravalia Thrune?
We should try to capture Dravalia alive. We can use her as a bargaining chip against Chelix to leave us alone.
Ooh, so, not saying we won't. One potential problem, we promised to Werewolf Dude our way around that was to kill her. But if he knows or finds out she's alive,
Misty
And-
will pull out a kind of like a, I guess some parchment, write some things down, hand it off to Jacub. It's it's basically instructions telling you to get a spell called Sculpt Corpse.
Called what? I'm sorry.
Sculpt Corpse.
Oh, okay.
That'll
fair.
solve
okay,
Oh yeah.
that's fair. Yeah. So we just we want to trick Cernash. That's his name.
Sornash, yes.
Sornash. Arvmar Sornash till after we deal with Bone Fist, because he'll likely not like what we're doing right now, and we'll probably have to fight him.
Good.
And we don't want to fight him and Sornash because we honestly want less enemies at a time. Defeat them one
You're
at a
going
time.
to have a lot of enemies when you try to overthrow that king.
Yeah,
Trust
well,
me,
we're
I
not
know.
gonna. Well, listen, we're not gonna try to overthrow him. He's gonna probably try to get us executed. There's a little difference
I've
there, right?
done this song and dance before. Everyone's going to hate
I will say.
Well, not everyone.
you.
Actually,
A
we
lot
probably
of
got like
people
half the.
are not
yeah.
going to like you after this.
Just so you know, Misty, Sculpt Corpse, it's a great spell, but it's for those that are strong of will, and those who know the dead creature, tend to I guess, do better at figuring out the ruse.
I'm gonna tell you, the werewolf guy doesn't really know the person.
So,
Yeah, he has no idea who this lady is.
an idiot.
Yeah.
Because it says who knows the individual can make a will save to realize the corpse is not actually that person.
He knows her by name because
Yeah,
you mentioned.
he's never
it.
seen her.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And
Yeah.
he shouldn't suspect we're being deceitful. But he might, which it might be reasonable. It's only a first level spell too. It's a low DC.
I would say alternatively we can. Okay, this sounds super evil, but we can always just get one of their other minions that work for Thrune, and just what's that permanently shape their body before they die.
I'm not enslaved.
No!
What? We're gonna kill them anyways, right?
That's weird.
Yeah, but then it's irreversible.
I don't like weird things.
But sculpting the corpse.
We'll
We're all
think about
weird. There's a lot of weird things on this ship.
Yeah,
guys
but
are-
all those are not weird anymore because I know them. So what was your suggestion? We alter the lady, someone else to look like her, and then kill her, and that stays? Is that what you're saying?
And just keep her alive. I mean, if she has a body-
Yeah. That's not, no. We're not giving anyone to Sornash.
Well, I mean, the person would be, the body would be dead already. I would imagine. I'm not gonna give her a live person.
Jacob.
How
We
can you
could
permanently
simply-
alter someone's appearance?
We could simply just... I don't know.
There you go.
Oh no.
Well,
Evil
also,
Rangers.
also, if
It's a
they
thing.
don't, if Sarnash doesn't know what the person looks like, we just deliver a body to them, dressed in her clothing, and go, "Hey, this is her."
Yes.
Oh yeah, listen, and I'll be honest, we'll do our best, and if he, for some reason, doesn't believe us, we'll probably just kill him on the spot.
Yeah.
We all in agreement with that?
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we were already
Okay,
talking about
yeah.
killing him before, so.
Yeah, listen, if things go poorly with Sornash, we just kill him. Well, that's probably not a good luck if we do that right after a victory in the battlefield.
We'll do
Optics
it
kind of
later.
matter.
Hey guys, Tim's wants to know where he's staying.
Y'all cool?
Yeah. Tim's. He wants to know where he's
Oh,
staying.
that's yeah.
You can stay
We've got,
in
some-
one of the cots for the crew.
We've
I
got
guess.
another area for our... You can stay there.
Do we have any beds there?
Ours can show you.
He'll kind
in
of
your spot.
Yeah, he'll kind of shake his head
out.
as he'll turn towards you. He'll blink, but rather than blink up and down, it's side to side on his eyes.
Like a reptile.
Wait. Tim, I have a friend to show you. And I summoned my entropic bear that's all types of fucked up and weird. Are you friends?
Sounds messed up because they're both weird. They gotta be friends.
I don't know, I'm just asking.
You just summon a bear in this tiny ass room.
That's weirdest.
Tim says it doesn't appear to be made of dreams.
He's from the land
Ah.
of dreams.
I dismiss it. Oh, we killed things from the land of germs, didn't we? Those weird
Yeah, we-
horse things in the fort?
I
You weren't there.
I was
You
not
guys
there
killed
for that,
monkeys.
no.
Those were weird.
Yeah, I could have, you shouldn't go to the land of dreams.
No, it
Those are
seems
messed up.
terrible. I mean,
There are,
listen,
mice made of nightmares.
the only time I've ever been to another plane of existence that was fun or interesting was when I landed on one of Besmara's ships in the Maelstrom, and I got the Baylor skull that we never used.
Mhm.
That was fun.
I'm going to go lay down because
Yeah, we're
traveling
gonna set sail.
the land of dreams is detrimental to one's back.
Oh, did you want some healing magic?
I'm still a little disappointed in Misty Walk's story.
I don't deserve disappointment for this. The whole group deserves it. If anything, Jacub deserves it. He's the smart one.
Party mom is disappointed.
I refuse to accept this disappointment.
But party mom.
Revia says adamantly. Anyway, guys, man your stations. We're gonna start moving. And
we
no one does anything because none of us have actual stations.
Okay,
Because
Myste has a
we don't run the ship
Misty's
unless it's
station is
important.
to whip people into shape when they're recruited.
I have
Yeah.
like a beach chair like on like the back deck.
To be fair,
This
Misty
is like
probably is the one who does most of the work because our sailors do just die a lot, and we have to get new people in contact.
Our sailors haven't died in a while.
I thought Chester ran the crow's nest.
Yeah, I can go up in the crow's nest. I don't
He
know.
probably isn't there most of the time though. You gotta imagine like
I'm there
Really?
when it's
most of
important.
the time we just
We
have
have
like
people
normal
beneath us
queues.
for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not steering the ship 99.99% of the time.
Following Yaalkol leading it, the beaver will summon forth its companion, who is a small dragon that'll ride upon.
Gosh.
And you?
This is Sir Lorak
What?
from the community.
Okay. You know, don't keep Yaalkol. Tell him he can't keep inviting friends to the ship. He has a one guest limit.
I think this is technically Misty's guest because it made friends with a weird dream monster that
I did
followed.
make friends with a beaver monster.
Yeah, but you know the beaver can bring one guest.
The beaver's
Okay.
plus one.
Yeah, a beaver can have a +1.
Like, what if that guest can't speak? Like, what if you summon other non-sentient beavers? Is that a guest or just a pet?
That's a guest. Pets and guests are equivalent.
My
They're
bigger
equal in our
question
ship.
is, how are we going to enforce that rule?
Yeah, it is an outer god.
You know, we just ask it politely. It seems like a reasonable creature. God, you guys always just assume the worst of everything.
Beaver's gonna beaver.
So if you ever need Tim's, he's there with his companion, a wormling dream dragon.
Oh, that's neat. No, I make one of those.
Truly strange. Strange times aboard this ship.
Mhm. Also noting that wormling is technically CR6 because it's an
Yeah.
esoteric dragon who are very powerful.
That's a tough lad.
Yeah.
Guess we're
We
gonna
kill
go
half our crew.
rest her spine after falling onto a floor, potentially shattering her hip.
Where are we off to?
Gwent, I think? We're going to Quenterpex.
We're going to Pex on Bag. No, Pex.
Pex is at the Devil's Arch all the way over here.
Don't we have to? Wasn't there a guy on Bag Island? We didn't
We've
talk
already
to
talked to him.
both.
We had you talk to him at the end
we
of
did that.
Oh yeah, we
Because
just
we
yeah.
fast forwarded past this.
I
We're
actually
recall.
here. Now,
Wait, Bag Island?
Bag Island, right here. It's our beach coast.
Yeah, and now we're
From
heading to
Butter.
Pex. And we'll go to Pex because now we have to speak to.
Where the hell is Bags?
Pex is in the Devil's Arches. Where the boat took.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
north of Port Peril.
Yeah, I see.
And we're gonna speak to, I think, is it Duelist Raffles?
No, that was the halfling from Bag Island.
Who is this person?
I gotta find where our it's
let's see here.
it is
I'm checking my list here too, because
That's not the right one.
The new console is only the people that have accepted.
Chapter pirate. It is Harlock.
Harlock, yes.
Harlock is in Pex, which Misty has been to Pex.
Hard luck Macy.
Misty has probably met this guy,
Mhm.
considering she was pretty famous.
Okay. Anybody that wants to can roll a knowledge local about both the town and about hard luck too.
There's a one paragraph that this fucking town has.
Give me a second.
35. Good for Misty's been here, so makes sense.
Okay.
Nah.
So, Pex is a small city, not particularly large. It is pretty ramshackled, not like, again, pretty standard shackle settlement. Certainly, the person in charge of it, Hard Luck Macy, one of the things he's known for is he's very impulsive about punishments, about those that kind of oppose him. He's probably not the cruelest about them, but he will dole out punishments to those that kind of get on his bad side. Those don't always result in death, depending on how bad you've kind of annoyed him, but certainly, he'll discipline you if you get on his bad side. The town is known for a very large inn that basically is the main inn and tavern of it. Damned If It Didn't Rain is what's called. It's known that a lot of Buccaneers of Ulfrin descent hang out there, and Varisian merchants who run warehouses in the town tend to gather for business at the inn. So it has a both combination of pirates and merchants in the same place, and they tend to, strangely enough, get along, at least at this location in town here. As for Hard Luck self, well, Hard Luck is known for, he is a huge fan of tobacco. He's a lover of cigars. His fingers are a little yellowed. You always smell of cigars around him. He kind of swaggers around. And that kind of temper he has for like going against folks that, piss him off and kind of oppose him is a little legendary. He has a bad temper, basically. The most common influence that he has is someone that he's set his eyes on. Keanu Remsteel is this young ex-deckhand who has been one of the few that has kept Hard Luck in order. It's known that this younger man, it's rumored that he's basically taking advantage of Hard Luck, but Hard Luck doesn't care because, he's enjoying his fling with this younger person to him anyway, so...
Fair.
Whether or not, Keanu's taking advantage of it for, like, money or something, or for position, it's kind of hard to weigh, but he does, rumors have it that he gets a number of gifts from Hard Luck. So, will he keep staying around? Will he eventually leave to take it? Hard Luck enjoys the time in there, and the young man gets money out of it. So, that apparently he's all for the affection, at least from what it looks on the surface and what rumors have it.
Let's say, given the location of this town, what it is, and who resides here, I feel like at some point Misty is working this way.
Yeah. So Hard Luck's, who's much older, his infamy has quieted, at least in the last couple of years, so he's been in this relationship. It doesn't mean he doesn't have those wild anger swings, but, they've been a little bit more in check, to say. So. It's probably helped out the town that he doesn't, do anything crazy.
Yeah, I have a question. Could we have stopped by Hell Harbor, take a slight detour, to pick up some nice cigars?
Misty probably could have told you about this guy, so yeah, that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'll spend 100 gold on some nice cigars.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We can probably get you a meeting as well. So I feel like she's probably been in this man's group before.
Well, I feel like. Do you want to lead negotiations here?
Well, leading negotiations, no, because Misty does have 9 charisma, which can get you in.
Cool.
In like a much
All
more
right.
passive way.
All right, Chester, Jacub, get ready to back me up, okay?
You got it.
Yep.
So, certainly arriving in Pex, as I said, it's a ramshackle town. It's a shackles average city. You know, there isn't a lot of like. It's a simple like sailing, fishing, trade city. And Hardluck has his manor kind of on the edge of the city that you tend to have a meeting with. But of course, as with many in town, if you're trying to arrange a meeting, Hardluck would love to meet at the Damned If It Didn't Rain. I love that name for an inn.
It's a good inn name.
Yeah.
Damned if you didn't rain.
Yeah. It's probably one of the largest buildings in town because it's one of the... It's like a 3-story inn.
Misty would lead getting a message to this guy, and it would just be like something like, "Hey, I'm back in town. Want to get some drinks?"
Yeah.
And nothing, absolutely nothing formal mentioning any of these people.
Yeah. Hardluck will, of course, you'll head to the Damned If It Didn't Rain, and certainly you'll see what looks to be a group of Varisian merchants doing their business. They're talking about some things in the other area. There's a bunch of pirates playing cards and stuff. As I said, they're Ulfin pirates. So they're basically Ulfins they're Scandinavian almost by like what you would appear them as in description, like similar to us. So, you know, broad Viking kind of people, you know, comparing to us for talking about how they appear. So there's a bunch of these tough looking people like that, you know, drinking and playing cards in here. As the place is kind of rowdy, it's got some like shanties going on. Someone on one of those little like accordions that they're like singing a song to. You can find a table that you can sit at. Are you there on your own, Misty, or did you grab everybody else?
Would probably have grabbed the gang, had them set up to like the side or something.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Hardluck, accompanied by like a couple of his officers, will kind of enter in. There will be kind of like a cheer from the local pirate group. You know, the orphan Buccaneers will kind of raise their glasses to the lord of the town. The merchants will give the look of like, is there something that we have to worry about? And then like the two officers will kind of head over to the bar as he'll kind of saunter up with an actual like lit cigar in his mouth, kind of like chewing on it, kind of smoking, kind of like a deep breath as he sits down and kind of goes like, well, Misty.
It's been a bit.
What can I do for you back in town? I hear you're what now? Member of the Pirate Council? Welcome to the
Quite
club.
away. Thank you. Came quite a way from the nothing I arrived.
Indeed.
Well, as much as I would love for this just to be catching up, I unfortunately do have business here. My
Business?
companions are looking to talk to you.
What kind of business?
They're looking to strike a deal. There's some troubles brewing, and they want your help.
You know me. I tend to do a lot of my own thing when it comes to shackles. Not that in my position I don't care to sometimes step in and do what is need, important votes and stuff like that, but honestly it's a lot of stuff that sometimes I'm needed and most times I'm not. But you're all an old friend, and I consider at least listening in to whatever your lot has to say.
Very good. Get over in that booth.
Well,
We
call
can
them
catch up
over.
later.
I ain't getting up again.
She'll like snap her fingers to you, and gesture.
You guys go first.
Misty will just kind of sip her drink.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll
Light a
saunter
pipe.
over.
He'll, as you're kind of sitting down, he'll kind of like call over like one of the kind of like wait staff and kind of be like, for my new associates here, I need a round of drinks. What do we got in? She's like, we just got some bottles of a pretty fine bourbon in. Great. It'll be on. What is it? Captain, you're cool here. Around first, though. So, what makes you come here to Pex? What kind of pirating deal do you have? Certainly, there are plenty of times that council members have deals and workings with each other.
Well, first, I have a gift for you. A finely imported cigar from across the seas. I will give him, I guess, like a case of cigars.
Yeah. He'll kind of open it up, kind of like take he'll kind of inspect them, kind of smell them, and see like, it's like, well, either you know the good stuff, or at very least, he'll kind of like snap his fingers as one of his officers will come over and he'll kind of like hand it off to them. Hold on to this. You at least know who to ask. Either of which are fine skills.
Pretty good at asking people things.
As I said, still a fine skill. But perhaps learning the finer things is something that you should look into yourself.
I keep trying to teach them finer things. It's hard.
I'm but a child. Really, you know, I feel like learning the finer things happens when I'm old
You are
and
at the
gray.
table of old people.
Look, you're never too young to appreciate when things are fine and nice. It calms you down
I'm not
in the
even.
times between the violence.
How do you think I keep my
I mean-
positive demeanor all the time?
If this is you having a positive demeanor, Misty, shivers. But on some more serious matters, what's his name again?
Harluck.
Hard luck.
Hard luck.
Yeah, hard
It
luck.
says Hark luck in the handout. That is wrong.
Yeah, it is Hard Luck Mason.
Yeah.
Hard
He
luck?
might have originally had a different first name, but now he's actually just Hard Luck.
Yeah, that's what it says on the wiki. You might have a different name in the book.
I am in the page on him in Tempest Rising. It's spelled Hardluck. Hard Luck.
Okay, spelling mistake. Fine.
Hard luck. I'm sure at this point, you've heard the rumors that Chelix is coming to invade again.
Plenty of rumors about.
Some of which I have paid the spreading of. We personally went to Chelax to find the veracity of this invasion. We are positive that they have a way to cross the Eye of Abendego safely. The support of a archdevil to do it, and they have guns from the country that produces them.
Alkenstar.
Alkenstar.
Alkenstar, that one. They have a big, giant warship with the biggest cannon I've ever seen. It's not the most useful weapon, but it would take down any single ship, guaranteed. And they're coming soon. We're gathering in Quent to fight this
You don't
guy.
make this entire battle seem very plausible.
Well, it's plausible with the unity of some pirates and a good, well-founded plan.
Glad
We
we
know
got,
where they'll be coming from.
we got quite a few allies. And Misty will list off the big ones.
Seems you've been asking around, and certainly I've heard rumors of a possible Chelaxian invasion going on. But, again, it's often hard to make us old-timers move.
Well, that's why we're the ones going across the shackles to ask all of you to move.
Yes. Well, I've oftentimes been one to avoid a scuffle when needed. I'm not sure this time is needed, but you do have some moniker of politeness to your elders. You know how to give a decent gift. And seems like an old friend of mine is vouching for you. So, I'll join with you. We'll see
I appreciate your help, Hard Luck.
We'll see how much of a threat this really is. But if all else fails, might be excuse to see some nice sea and get a drink.
We're gathering in Quent.
Well, there'll certainly be one hell of a party when we're done, if we win.
And we'll buy the rest of the bottle of bourbon for you.
Well, polite indeed. Well, you sticking around for a meal, or you just merely stopping in for business?
We can eat for a little bit, but it's busy days coming ahead. We have to go back to Quent to actually start planning this counterattack.
It would be nice to spend some time with the person who did launch my pirating career.
We can stay for you to eat a good dinner.
Nothing cements a good partnership within a meal, and dinner together, you know?
You made it weird.
What do you mean? Like, you don't go do business and have food together?
It's just
Not usually.
You don't have to, like, say it.
Really? Oh, man.
No, usually we, like, get pissed drunk.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes here. I'm a little bit old. So.
Okay, but when you guys not get the munchies when you get drunk?
No, I just don't get drunk ever.
Youngin'.
Mostly get sick now.
Most of the time nowadays, you learn that a good drink is very nice, but getting drunk never is.
The save liver.
Tell that to Gerald.
Your liver isn't quite as good when you're old.
Yeah, crazy. Who would get pissed drunk all the time? It slides my
Do you drink?
Only on Tuesdays.
Oh, no.
Wait, I swear, the first time we met you, you were like drinking apple juice or some shit.
Yeah, no, I was getting plastic.
I don't think it did.
No, am I making that
I
up?
don't think the Shackles has apple.
No, I just feel like, I mean, it probably does.
Probably like
It
mango
was hard.
juice, I
No,
think,
it was
right?
hard cider.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
It was just the hard apple juice.
I don't know. Jacub gives the vibe of SpongeBob, okay?
You ever get chocolate?
That could be your profile picture, implanting that in my head. But
He stands like that too and
I don't
everything.
know. Jacob, to me, is not that, because Jacob consistently turns people into abominations.
well, other than that, like
So-
outside of his actual abilities,
I've heard plenty of rumors about your group, but why
what do
is
you
there
wanna
a
know?
beaver here?
That one is recent.
Yeah, Misty says it's like an outer god or something.
Yeah, no, I had a little foray into the Dreamlands.
I mean, like, damn good question though.
It's just kind of been
It's
following
like
me around.
it's been hanging out with Yaalkol, so the beaver
No.
wanted to come along. And
I
so
think it
I don't-
likes the captain.
I don't really question when creatures join the ship. You know, we have like a telekinetic piranha. We have a bird that's just a normal bird,
it's just a normal bird.
It's a normal bird.
but he's best friends with the piranha. And the
I don't
piranha has
necessarily
eaten.
believe that one.
No, he gets the piranha food. Listen, they chill out. Listen, I thought they were one's gonna be. I thought Grinner was gonna eat him, but Grinner hasn't. So, and Grinner's my piranha. That, you know, I don't know if you want to really know the story behind that.
I don't.
Yeah.
It is grim.
It would ruin the meal.
You're an odd lot. Nice, but odd.
I have a knack for finding weirdos.
Seems so.
Look, only weirdos like us would be this successful as pirates.
I don't know if that's true or not. I think
That's
he just got
very.
really
That's
lucky.
really not true at all.
He's got really lucky.
You say that, okay? But when you like, it's like when you do so many things successfully so often, is it really only luck?
I think it's just because you're insane.
I mean,
That's probably it.
there are plenty of very eccentric pirates. That's not something I would argue with, but certainly.
Okay, if any of us is the lucky one, it's me. I joined the
Dude,
crew and
this
become
guy-
a pirate lord.
Dude, this
You
dude
end up
joined
like
the
a
crew,
bandit.
and the next day he became a pirate councilman.
How'd that happen?
I think
Well-
it's a technicality.
Well, like our mentor pirate that was our cook, Ambrose, retired that day, and he brought him as like a friend of the ship to help us out. So he really got in because like we really trusted Ambrose.
So
He's a good man.
your mentor basically gave you a replacement for your crew, and so rather than the mentor becoming a pirate lord, he did.
Oh, Ambrose doesn't want to be a pirate lord. He just wants to cook stuff.
He
It's
likes
like
a
really
good
chill.
meal.
He retired.
Yeah, he's the cook at our fort in town, I guess. Well, the cook of our fort town.
I do
How?
respect retirement, but I don't know if I'd ever do it. There's just too many nice things to do and too many. Hard to keep up the lifestyle.
I'm considering retirement after this, but we'll see.
So look, after this, Misty, you will be one of the richest people in the Shackles.
I've got a bunch of people hunting me, so I don't know if I can retire.
I mean, why not?
Well, you know, there's that place that Rio's from, Tien or something.
Also, I
I'm
don't
sure
particularly
good
want to
over
leave,
there. I'm sure. Oh well.
Nor
listen,
do I
listen,
trust you without guide.
Maybe you
Also-
want to. We can always go visit other worlds.
What I would say is we could like bring you over there if you wanted to escape all this.
No, I'm good.
It is
Okay,
across like
It's
multiple
very
continents.
far.
Hey, look, listen. If someone could sail a ship there, it's me.
I will need to take a trip up north, past Cheliax eventually, but
Yeah, we could do that.
to later probably.
I guess Jacob. No, Jake. Well, you know, teleportation is so convenient. Could you teleport a whole ship, Jacob? Or is that not possible? I look at the muted Jacob. He might be AFK.
But now I'm sorry. I was here. I was just speaking to it. I kind of like heard you guys, but not really. Say it. The last part one more time.
I say, hey Jacob, could you teleport a whole ship? Is that possible?
No. Well,
Oh, okay.
not now with my current power. God no. Oh, jeez. I have to be some sort of crazy being to like conjure a door or something. I don't know.
A door?
Yeah. I've heard of stories of like powerful things like.
If you're planning a
opening
trip
people-
up north, perhaps there's something we can do to sweeten this deal. I just thought of.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you need?
Well, I don't know if you've heard. There's this area up north, top end of Revia. Some folks there know how to make some very fine cigars. Supposed to be very interesting breed of tobacco up there. A little bit more hardy than your
We can
average
get
variety.
for you.
Just
Did you want some of the plant or just the cigars?
the plant would probably travel very difficult. The cigars would be probably best.
Yeah. It's a long way.
Oh, we
to
have
live.
we have like a hunter that's like druidish. We could probably preserve it, but we'll bring you the cigars. Sounds
I
good.
mean, we can always like
Try to get seeds.
Yeah. Grow it here. Ooh, maybe we can start growing it alongside.
As much
our-
as I'd
our
like it,
farms.
the local varieties in the area around here doesn't grow very good things. I also often have to import some of the best cigars. Anything that's made local is just oftentimes not up to par. I'm not even sure a new breed would work very well. to fix it up.
Triceratop poop must be really good fertilizer.
Did you say
Sorry,
that
we are
in-game or
trying
out of game?
No, it was like a mutter under breath thought because like first time she's ever thought about like
It's
planting
been
things.
difficult to get anything good in for my pipe, so I have neglected that.
Well, maybe we'll try a tobacco on the dragon's roost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's plenty of space for it.
Alright.
Do you know anyone that's tamed the Triceratops? That's where we could end that.
There are things.
Huh.
So we can probably end it with you, I guess, finishing up here. Are you heading back to Quent then?
I think so, yeah. We're going to Clem for our meeting with the War Council.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything else we had to do.
I think this was the last guy we needed. So.
No.
Yep, this is it. And then we're gonna head back to Quent, and then I think we're gonna make our trek across Revia to Nex. We're
Well,
gonna teleport. We're gonna teleport.
like
teleport to
that'll-
Catapesh.
I feel like that'll happen after the impending invasion.
Well, that's gonna take like a day or two to do. Or no, it'll take longer than that because we have to go here.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
It'll be an in-between war and civil war, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Civil War.
I was going to put something, but I can basically put it that it happens effectively if we want to involve it. If we don't, we don't need to. But there's some interesting time things that I was figuring out the time scale for all this.
Well, if we wanted the gun support during the Civil War, we would need to go before
Might
the
have to
Killax.
might have to meet with a man after we defeat the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Make a deal that
Yeah.
they'll leave us alone.
Anyway, we'll worry about all that and the stuff with that. But I'm establishing, and whether or not we like fully role play all these like stuff
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
making with deals, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But some of them maybe, some of them maybe not. We'll kind of figure it out. But for now, you got him on his side. Hard luck will join you. And I think that's other than speaking. I think that's most of the people you wanted to talk with. Then are we?
I think we hit everyone we wanted to.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Because the rest got sending.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the rest we knew would be like, hey, we need to meet in Quent. They'd be like, yeah, all right.
I think you talked about talking to Wide Olga, but she's not really the best
I
person.
don't know her wide open either.
Oyster Cay on the mainland.
Oh, that's like.
Oh, that was the
opposite
last
ship,
trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
She was the last person we were supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, up to you. She's currently at a kind of civil war with her former lover, who's also a pirate lord.
Honestly, let's not deal with
Yeah,
that.
we might have to solve that. I don't want to.
Halvis Grud is another one of the pirate lords that she is, though she's
We
now
have-
in a relationship with her first mate, or...
I like bad news.
Oh, no, it's not. She's not in a relationship with the first mate. The first mate has... The first mate's been goading her on the entire time.
We've got
to keep up
drama.
with that. Yeah. So it is just drama that's going on there. A lot of it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so we'll worry about all that. We can, whether or not you want to talk to Wide Olga, we can talk off stream. If we do it, we'll do it at the beginning next time. If not, we'll head back to Quent and kind of move on to the next part. I think that's... We finished up the main parts here. We talked to the rest of the people, got those things done, and, I feel like we're at a good spot now for moving on to the rest of part 2 and getting to the end of it. So we should have like 1 or 2 sessions left in that, maybe only 1. Depending on how that goes, we might be able to get through it, and we'll kind of then move on to part 3, which we'll see what goes on like in part 4 too. We'll have some fights, but we'll see how they all go and how many will actually roll out. Because honestly, we don't need like huge dungeons and stuff. I've got to admit, those aren't really needed all the time, especially in a pirate game. They just don't feel like they fit very much. They never really have. But
It's weird for a dungeon crawl in a pirate game,
Yeah, true.
It's a little weird.
yeah, the dungeon crawls, they'd like to put them in because it's a classic role-playing
It's
thing.
still
It's an
D&D,
early
it's tabletop,
Pathfinder game.
So
Yeah.
Made in what, 2011, I think?
it was 2014, I think.
Oh, 14? Jesus.
Yeah.
Still an early Pathfinder adventure.
Like, I think the third or fourth Pathfinder adventure.
like I can kind of play around the timeline because the timeline for the Shackles
The
invasion
tension was
stuff
written in
are
2012.
a little like open ended here and there, but like
Yeah.
certainly it's in those 48 tens. Anyway.
True.
People want to give shout outs. Henry, you want to give any shout outs or something?
No, but just thanks for joining us this game. Hopefully, Yaalkol's marriage is fruitful and they bear many kids.
They are not compatible biologically.
They probably. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know, and magic finds a way.
Look, man, all I know is for certain that it ain't gonna work because Yakul's asexual.
Yeah, it's probably not going to
true.
work mainly for that reason more than anything.
This is a political marriage.
It ain't gonna happen.
By accident.
Look, I think the barbarian lady might not believe that, but Yaalkol certainly could. Anyway, Momo, do you have anything to shout out?
Alright, you can watch me on Discussing Tabletop, where I'm there sometimes. Should be there next week. I took a little break from the show last week because I wasn't feeling super well, but I'm feeling better now.
That's great. Feeling better is good.
I was like really sick on Saturday.
Oof. I've been there. Sel, do you have anything to shout out?
No, chilling.
Somewhere there's a car alarm going off way behind me.
Well, I
Robbery.
guess in 1 week from today on EST, Baldur's Gate 3 comes out.
It does come out. I'll probably be playing it.
I'll play it at some point.
I'll play it a bit and then I'll talk about it on the podcast probably.
I have to figure out whether or not I would want to play it on stream, and if so, who I'd play it with and stuff like that. I have to make that decision. Or I might just play it. If I don't play for stream, I'll play it for fun and talk about it then. But certainly, I think if I could arrange that, I would probably prefer that. But I don't know.
I'm sure I'm gonna make a gnome paladin.
Joe, do you have anything to shout out yourself?
No.
That's a pretty good shouting. Okay, so tomorrow I should be talking about some Pathfinder. I might be a little late. I am doing some things with my mother in the morning. Gonna see about that. I'm letting people know now. Friday, I also might have to cancel the stream. It's up in the air right now. If I'm done playing, I'll do some more Prey randomizer. It's actually been pretty fun. Honestly, it's a weird thing, the randomizer for Prey. It's very strange. I've been very lucky that it's actually been a really good seed, but it's a weird randomizer. It's fun, but weird. Reminds me a little bit of like the PlayStation Resident Evil randomizers that have like the weird voices that they like do the lines. It's
The voice randomization is so good.
It's the same thing. It's voice randomization. So it's like you're
Right.
listening to the conversation. You're like, what?
Voice randos are very funny.
Yeah. Combined with like furniture randomization, where I kept it like it's appropriate for like if it's an office, it's a piece of office furniture, but in the place of a chair it might be like a couch or something, which is just it's unusual and funny. So that's been fun. And then Saturday should be on schedule for Tabletop in the morning, discussing Tabletop, and we'll figure out next week's schedule next week. Should be on schedule for Buccaneers next week. Make sure to check this stuff out on YouTube. If you're joining me on YouTube, check it out live on Twitch. That's the best thing I can say right now. All the support, following on Twitch, subscribing, liking, commenting on YouTube, and all that stuff. So, hope you enjoyed. Thank you again, all my players, for joining us, and I'll say till next week, for this show at least, farewell, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh!
Bye.